Hello my dear Sagittarius, this is your love and spirituality reading for the time between October 16 and October 31st, 2017 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So I used the Mary L Tarot with Mary White and I've already shuffled and chosen your cards. And this is my shorter mid-month reading, and I will come back with the longer 15 card spread for the beginning of November reading. Then I also use a smaller deck as well, and I am still on the lookout for my next deck since my beautiful Legacy of the Divine is worn out. So I will just tune in for a few seconds to your reading and then we will continue. So the first card for Sagittarius, this might be September or the beginning of October, and we have this beautiful Knight of Wands that's actually Sagittarius, and it's a beautiful card. Knight of Wands, it's like a werewolf or a combination between bear and wolf and human that has recently discovered their strength, and you can see on the ears that they are a little bit like not used to this, or it's something new. So it's always something new with Knight of Wands. It's the Flash. So it's always oriented towards the future and leaving the darkness behind, and always wants to like turn every stone and look what's underneath there, and it wants to experience everything and explore everything, and it's not a very like staying kind of energy. It's very fluid or very Flash-like. So we will see where it goes with this, but this is you, of course. The next card is the Judgment card. This card came the same for Leo, so the fire sign seems to go through much the same kind of thing here. They had the Five of Wands in this position with showing a Leo, and here you have the Knight of Wands showing Sagittarius. So both Leo and Sagittarius seems to have gone through the Judgment Day already. You already have the apocalypse came and went for you. You have gone through this dark night of the soul. The apocalypse is, of course, the veil falling, finding out the truth about your situation. This 2017 is the year of the end of illusion, and that is also what this apocalypse is, the end of illusion, seeing things for what they really are. And it might be very scary, as we see here with this Knight of Wands holding this flash, and also the bird phoenix trumpeting out to their terror or their rage out in the universe. So it's very fiery, this. Your fire is your question mark with your fire here. It's like you just found it and wonder what to do with it, and then you were dragged through the Judgment Day. Okay, so next card here is Strength, and that's Leo. So many of you, actually Leo had the Sagittarius card, but here and you have the Leo card, so it might be that many Sagittarius and Leo's energies intertwined. You are either doing the same kind of road, or you are together on this road, like together, either as family, lovers, co-workers, whatever. This is strength, so this is sitting on your own strength, not wondering like, oh shit, what should I do with this? It's like riding the strength. It's there for you to take it, okay? You are supposed to be your full self. You have been called here to the Judgment Day, carried or dragged through this valley of death, kind of, to find your own strength, to find your own soul. So what started off like this, what is this? What am I supposed to do with this? I'm feeling like a crazy monster burning my world, or what am I supposed to do with this strength? I want to be like this tamed dog, domesticated dog, and just be good and loyal. But here with the Judgment, it's like truth and strength here. So truth and strength, you are supposed to follow your own instinct wherever they take you. This is your soul that's talking to you, so you can't really avoid it or run and hide, or what should I do with this? What you are supposed to do with this is follow it. It's like an animal following its own instinct. It doesn't know exactly why it's doing this, but it's so in tune with nature, so in tune with its own intuition, instincts. It's in tune with the grid of nature. So it's just following its instinct, and that is also what you are called to do. Not when it comes to like some predator instincts you can go without. Sagittarius is warrior. I used to say that Leo is the only predator because you have kind of hoofs, and that's more like grass feeding kind of mammal. But you also have a human being on top. It's a centaur with an arrow, and that is a warrior, but it's about shooting like straight for the goal with this flash. So humans are the worst predator of all, of course, and if we could reconnect to nature, to our inner nature, things will be much more better. Okay, yes, I understand that if you put like a bunch of lions on an airplane together, they will probably kill each other off. Humans do usually not do that. So we have learned different things by our conditioning, that we are not supposed to follow our instincts in all situations, and that is good. You have learned that now, so you know that. But there's other of your instincts that you are to follow. Like if you are not satisfied with the situation, Sagittarius is really never satisfied with a situation, because you want to experience so much. It's like new souls almost on earth, like being spread out, and they want to go everywhere and do everything, and like be with everyone and meet everyone and talk about everything. And so it's like collecting a lot of knowledge, but this is the knowledge about your own true nature. So you need to grasp that, and you need to grab it as well, not just wondering what should I do with this, but actually becoming it, living it, being it. You have picked up your strength from the bottom of the darkness, from your shadowy side. This is very dark in the background of this. The whole card is dark, but the Knight of Wands is traditionally like a person moving out from darkness into the light with a less like the speed of lightning. So it's like this, and here you are doing exactly that, moving from the darkness into the light with the speed of lightning, and attached with your strength, with your true soul, not to go on a killing spree, but to free the world with love. Okay, love is all there is. The next line of cards is it's your now. So the first card here we have is the Ten of Cups. So Ten of Cups is kind of giving your life for someone else, someone that you love. It's this song, I Catch a Grenade for You. That kind of love. It's very deep. It's very strong. And it might be why you have tamed your strength, because you don't want to hurt the people around you. We see her skirt has the same coloring as this werewolf. And actually both the female and the baby is skeletons, but they're still bleeding, and the horse is vividly alive with this red and the blood here. So I will sacrifice my blood for you. I love you this much. So it's very beautiful, and it's going past death. So this is a love greater than death that we see here, and it's very beautiful. Okay. But the card might be horrible, of course, but we know this. Some shy away from this reality that we are all like ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We have traveled to stars to get here, like the atoms that our bodies build by, as they are the product of exploding stars. The different chemicals in your body wouldn't be able to be there if they haven't been through exploding stars. So this is a travel also that the manifested reality does through evolution, being a lot of things. It's also kind of an experience, but it's just alone. Our body is just alone. It's a temple that our soul is living in during the time that you are alive, and eventually that time is over and we will all become ashes to ashes, dust to dust. But this love is beyond life as we know it. It's beyond the life here on earth. It's stretching into forever. I love you forever. So it's very beautiful. And it's what you have found probably here with the Judgment, the 10 of Cups. The truth is, I will love you forever. So it's very beautiful. It's very passionate. Sagittarius seems very passionate in this situation. The core essence of this reading is the 7 of Wands, and it comes upside down. So that's very sad because it's this the light of you. The light of you, this what you have, all this what you have gone through. You have seen the light, you have seen the truth, you have looked yourself in the mirror, and you have become aware of what you are. But you're still doubting. You see, you're still doubting this with the flash, like, is this really what I'm supposed to do? The 7 of Wands is standing up for what you believe in. So if you believe in love, if you believe in love with another person, you should really go for it. Don't hold back on this. Love passionately, live. It's like those people that live with passion teach us how to love, and those people that love with passion teach us how to live. And this is you being like a question mark. Am I allowed to live and love with passion? And yes, you are supposed to. And also you are supposed to stand up for yourself, because you have seen something with your own judgment, and you're a little bit scared still to use this strength and stand up for yourself. It might be that you have been conditioned to believe that love is not everything. Maybe status is everything. Maybe ego is everything. Maybe being the strong one over someone that's weaker is everything. This is what human beings have been fighting so much for. Having a lot of money and a lot of reputation, authority, power, whatever. It's not of any big importance, but many people, for them, it's everything. Like your title, your worldly title, or that other people admire you. And here you are called to follow your soul, and that might be doing something that you won't be admired for. Like loving someone that's not good for you, because you're called to love this person. And you don't have to, you know, bend over backwards and be with that person, but you don't have to stop loving them either. It's also, I'm feeling a lot for the masculine people, that it might be your masculinity that's in question here. What is masculinity? Are you allowed to love with your whole heart? Are you allowed to be this chivalry love, like crossing mountains and rivers and whatever for love? Or are you holding back due to wanting to keep your personal power? Don't want to give it away to anyone. So it might be with this, with masculinity, that what I said with the warrior has been fighting for the wrong thing. They have been fighting for honor and money and power, and not for love, like protecting what's really worth something. And now you are kind of called to protect what's really worth something, and that might be in contradiction to your conditioning, to how you have been brought up. Like, you should be tough, you should not cry. Oh, you can't be like a you can't be like a sissy, like a pussy, like a bitch, you know. Not anything that's female is very bad for men. They are not supposed to be like this, so it's forbidden territory. So you can't be yourself, because there's a forbidden territory, like pink being the dangerous color. Here it seems to be red instead. Red blood, red love, and passion, and the truth of this love and this passion. So for some of you, it's also having like a problem to stand up for your love. Like, you love someone, but you feel weakened by the fact that maybe they don't love you back, or they don't show you this love. So that might also be an issue. Actually, Leo also had one of the challenging sevens in the center, but they had the 7 of Swords. That's about lies and about having a bad confidence. This is also having a bad confidence. If it would have been this, it's having great confidence, being like in your own glory, standing up for what you believe in. Be the hero, the revolutionary spirit, throwing world as we know it on end and birthing forward the new from the heavenly realms. But you are saying, no, thank you. I don't want to do this. Or someone in your environment is not helping you. Like they are not working with you. You have no team working together with you. Oh, upside down, yes. Okay, the next card for you, Sagittarius, is the Eight of Wands. So this is when you actually held yourself and your soul and your strength and everything that's vulnerable within you high in glory. So this inner child, it's the most important thing ever. So all this with male authority that also females has fall for. I need to work hard. I need to prove myself. I need to not cry. I need to not be weak. I need to not show my emotions. I need to be strong. This is all gone. It's like out the window, because this is holding your inner child, this thing that's feeling, pulsating, vibrating, having the connection with the divine realms within you, keeping it high and rescuing it. Very chivalry. And it comes underneath the strength card. So using your strength to leverage your own inner delicate inner child, like your antenna to the other worlds, your antenna to the universe, how you feel when you are with someone, or letting your tears come forward. It's being held high in honor by your own strength. So it's like you're strong enough to show your vulnerability now. You don't have to have like a false and exterior, like an ego exterior or old survival skills that's just like, it's like pushing on a tape recorder and it will just turn the right. When we are automatically reacting to things, we have this our survival skills. But here it's like those that we have learned. This is how I survive, by not talking, by by keeping my mouth shut, by acting shy, by forcefully attack someone else's like idea or whatever. It can be so many different things, our survival techniques. But here it's coming the true you, the soul you, the fiery you, the inside of you. And we have the snake there, so also change. It's like following the will of the divine. Whatever change that will come, you are not controlling it. You're just on this roller coaster, following whatever challenge you are dragged to, and battling that out. If you are supposed to do a certain mission, you don't say, no, I don't want to do this. I just wanted to be happy. What's this crap? I don't want to go through this difficulty. I just wanted to have this work and everything should be happy-dappy, or this lover and live happily ever after. And here you're called to do something else. You're here to wake up, to kind of go through your own spiritual awakening and not shy away from anything that's true. So the Eight of Wands is about truth, it's about communication, it's about clear communication, talking about what kind of misunderstandings went down underneath the bridge, like what happened here with the Seven of Wands, what happened in the past, like how were you kind of not in your hero position. Maybe you were trying to hide and do something sneaky or manipulating or whatever you did, whatever someone did to you. And here is the honesty coming, because you're strong enough now so you can speak the truth. Be honest about what you're really feeling as well. Eight of Wands might also be traveling and doing so in a pace that your soul will be able to keep up with you. So we have Scorpio, Leo here, Sagittarius, and here's water and fire. So it's very fiery. It's almost like a big forest fire here, but it wants to come with something like take the essence out of this fire, the truth out of this, like how your world might have been burning, and you will have a gift out from this, and it's your own strength to be who you really are, and not anymore try to be something because you think that this is what your surrounding needs you to be. You will be your true self from now on. It's very revolutionary. Okay. So the next card here, it's for your future, and it might go into, it's November, also going into maybe stretching all the way into December. We have a King of Swords, and it's upside down. King of Swords is usually Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. So you might have like this person in your life, and if so, they are kind of not they are not following this hero's road. They are following the road of the old warrior, like me, myself, and I. It's a person still being infested with the ego. They haven't really connected with the earth's grid and going back to the paradisic state where you are following your soul and your instinct and your intuition. In the Egyptian religion, you probably heard me say this before, but for those of you that haven't, they were putting gods here, animals here, and humans here, because we fell out of grace. We lost the connection with the grid. Much if you have seen the Avatar movie, you know that they had this connection with nature that we also had once, and we lost it due to the fall. But the fall was actually evolution. We were waking up with a human mind, and this was the great human mind that could calculate everything and rule the earth. So it was a very dangerous thing that was born there, but it was your ability to kind of foresee danger, calculate how things will go, and calculate the best way for you to go ahead. It might have made you a little bit cautious, a little bit afraid, like people almost doesn't want to go outside the cave without having like a lot of weapons with them and being able to kill whatever comes in their road. It has made our nature much more scarce, like we don't have saber-toothed tigers anymore, and not big mammals. There were probably another reason for them being dead, not just humans, but we have driven a lot of animals, also these big mammals that were like big camels and mammoths, and you know, a lot of beautiful creatures that roamed the earth not long ago, but we drove them almost to extinction, and then came something catastrophe, like some kind of catastrophe, maybe an earth cross displacement, or the end of the ice age, or a comet falling, or whatever happened, and that was the end of it. So this is how human works. We kind of, if there were dragons roaming in the sky, it's a problem to get the kids to kindergarten, so you kill the dragon and the world become less because of it. But that's because you are scared. You don't want to lose your life, even though, you know, you're just here and then you're gone. And it's just a play of life. It's just lila. You're not supposed to hold on with your sheer life. You're supposed to die before you die. Give up your honor. Give up your guns. Give up your titles, worldly titles. Die before you die. See what you're really made of, like in the core of you. So with the King of Swords is this old mentality. When it comes upside down like this, when it's upright, it's Aquarius. It's like the next age that we'll go into, where we will hopefully fuse this with our instincts and intuition and evolution, like into the future, a crystalline being. Maybe we are going to like heighten into the 5th dimension and becoming cloud creatures. What do I know? But so this is another, but this was this evolution that we once did, and it was great then. It was like a beautiful new way of being human. We knew things that animals didn't. We could calculate things that animals didn't. So we were able to rule the world, and it has become less because of it. So it's like the pendulum has moved as far as this it can go, and if it moves any further, we will like cut off the own branch that we are sitting on and end our existence as we know it. Earth will survive, probably animal life will survive, but in another form and shape than we are used to. For example, when the trout, maybe it's the trout, I don't know the name in English, but it was a beautiful fish that was living in the Canadian, like in the ocean there, Atlantic, near the poles, and it was in millions and millions, and it was killed off, and it was replaced by manates. So when it was gone, when human beings had extincted it, it came manates instead. So you won't recognize the world that we will leave behind if the human beings is going extinct, because it will be a different world, not the one we left, not the one that was left to our care. We were supposed to be gardeners of earth, and we became rulers, like rough rulers that only have our best, our own best interest before our eyes. So this is what we are leaving behind. This is what we are going to evolve from. Not fighting up for what's right, just fighting for ourselves, for our own benefits. When we have this, it will be like the march of a hero, fighting for love and for everything that's alive. Caring for the 7th generation forward, and not just, you know, you can't breathe in money if the oxygen is gone. So, and this wise person, he knows it. But this person is not wise enough to know it. So probably you are dealing with a person that's like this, and it's just showing that you also have this trait within you, and it's just your shadow. So don't hate it. Don't go to war with it. Find it within yourself and heal it, and you will heal also the world around you from these kind of warriors. So start with yourself. It's like the Khalil Gibran beautiful prophet book. A single leaf can't turn yellow without the whole tree knowing it. Okay, so you know. This is also on you, and it's no one's fault. It's just that we need to evolve rather quickly now, so as many species as on earth can survive, and also that love can survive. So be the hero, not the perpetrator in this situation. Okay, the hero's road. You are called to walk on the hero's road here. Don't keep your ego. Whatever is bigger than you, if love is bigger than your ego, show love. If you need to do something revolutionary that's bigger than your ego or your own survival, do this. This is your soul's calling, and it's calling you, and you might be like, maybe you want to be, this is the ruling elite, and this is you. So you are wondering, am I supposed to do like something to against this ruling elite? Like, am I supposed to follow my own strength instead of the ruling elite? So it's like you're a little bit shy here. What am I supposed to do? I want to be good. I want to be good in the eyes of the divine. And what is good? It's good to be obedient, or it's good to follow my own soul here. And I said following your soul is what's good. So you are just here for a short moment in time. What you're doing here is counting, but not how long you stay. Sorry, cats hair. So in Sweden we have a saying that the one God loves, they are going first. So the one that has already completed their mission, they are called home. And the other ones, they can stay forever because they still have their lesson to learn. Of course, that's not always the case. People can live forever because we need wisdom beacons as well on earth here. Okay. So the next card for you, it's like you're meeting some challenge here. And here you have, yes, oh, this is very beautiful. This is the Temperance card. So the Temperance card. We had something beautiful happening in Sweden this Sunday. We had a big march that was going to go off with fascists, like Nazist people, like Nazi people, okay, and they were going to march in Gothenburg until like Ullevi Stadium, and they weren't even able to make it to their roundup place because there was so big crowds of people, ordinary people like you and me, just overtaking the street with love and festivities and dance and music. And eventually the cops gave up, and the cops really, they were really good this time. They were not you know, riding over demonstrants with the horses or killing anyone with guns or whatever. This is the King of Swords. That's kind of thing that those policemen would do, that's infested with the King of Swords. They were actually like this. They were tigers in the middle of this. It was like they were the Red Ocean divided between those two parties that were neither ones. Am I supposed to take my power? And these fascists that wanted to to take over the world and, you know, extinct the diversity. They just want a clean street with a blockhouse and asphalt road and no females, only for breeding, and no animals, only for eating. And, you know, it's like a old human mind, like this caveman mentality that's very restricted, and it's not good even for them, okay? They are not feeling the love, they are just scared. They are scared that they won't survive. They want order, they want organization, they want control, nothing out of the ordinary. No dragons roaming the sky. That is totally forbidden in this square world. So they want a square world that they can control, and no challenges will never happen to them again. They are in total control. So no no cultures, just one culture. No animals, just one animal, probably a cow to be eaten, and nothing else. Human beings, and only male human beings, because females are random and crazy. So, and here you have the Temperance card. That's meeting of different cultures, like how they expand each other. You have the culture that's like the King of Swords, and you have another culture. We can take the Strength, or you, Knight of Wands here. Two different cultures: warm, generous, want diversity, cold-hearted, controlled, wants square, wants no diversity. One sort of human being, probably without hair, so, or blonde hair, white hair maybe, and blue-eyed people. Only this, nothing else. And the Temperance is diversity. It's like life exploding into million of diversity things. So you are meeting this. The King of Swords is meeting this more passionate energy, and they are, this is 100% this, and this is 100% the other, and they are learning something from each other. Okay, this is not going to be extinct either. They can be still masculine, controlled, straight streets and square houses. Not everyone needs to become living in a hobbit house. It can be very practical with a square house. You can put your furniture better in a square house. Round-shaped house is more feminine. This is more masculine. And it's the dark side of the masculine. From the beginning, they wanted to save us from all the hardships of the world, the mountain lions and the tigers and the dragons that might have roamed the sky. So they wanted to protect us, but as time went on, they got a lot of karma from not being able to protect the ones that they held most dearly. They died from them, and they put it on them. Like, I was not the superhero, I was not Superman, I couldn't save them. So many times the male have taken the role of being the guardian of their family or their tribe, and they have failed. When they have had this role, they have failed. The mountain lion ate the child. Mother Nature, volcanic eruption buried their family, whatever happens, and they put it on them. So it's a big chunk of pain that they are carrying around here. They can't even love anymore. They can't even be in a relationship anymore. I can't have responsibility for anyone else than by myself, because I bear this heavy load of all my memories, of all these things that I have been living through, or every time I've lost you like this love. I can't bear it. I can't stand it. If I feel the love, I feel the pain of all the times when I have lost you. So you're getting cold, you're snipping off your connection with your heart, and being so cold and so frozen, and it's only about me and my survival, and there can be no dangerous things in the world, no wolves. We need to kill off all the wolves, all the elephants, all the lions, all the tigers, everything, the ice polar bears, everything. It needs to be very safe for me, because I can't stand more pain. So this entity, of course, needs to learn that they don't need to be Superman. We can take care of you when you are this wounded. We know that you have been carrying us like a hero on your shoulder for thousands and thousands and millions of years. We can carry you now if you are dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder, or if you have pain, or if you can't connect with your heart. If you need to be like a puddle of tears, we can carry you. Okay, so you need to have some understanding for people that's like this, that they are very hurt and they are very closed off and they are very cold inside because they want to, it's like they can have only live in this compartment because it's the only compartment left that's not filled with pain. So they need healing, those people. And one way of healing is to see this within you. Stay with the pain within you. Feel the raging tiger within you there. And just stay with this. It's a beautiful way of healing, giving attention, giving love. Love and attention is the same thing. If you see a child that wants to talk with you and you put down your cell phone and you look them straight in the eye and you listen with interest, that's love. To say, yeah, okay, I understand, is not love. And here we have a beautiful little page of wands, and that's your inner child. So it's like there's a big chunk of responsibility on a very tiny little fragile part of your inside that's going to solve this with all these worldly disasters and problems. And it's of course this what's being carried here. The Page of Wands is kind of your antenna inside of you. It's the one that has hotline to God. But it's very fragile. It's easily being like the victim of post-traumatic stress disorder, for example. It can be just a little thing. Like your daddy doesn't come home one day when you are 3 years old and your mother is worrying. So for the rest of your life, you will be worried when your husband doesn't come home in time, because you have this little thing. So it's very fragile. And that is why you need your big soul to take care of this. And sometimes point with your whole hand, because this one, they wants what it wants. It's very passionate. And sometimes this stronger part of you needs to say, well, we can't have it just now, like you do with a child. You can't have this lollipop just now, but on Saturday, if you wait, you will have it. So it's like this person wants love, probably from this person that aren't able to give. So you see, this is almost an awful situation. Like this inner child striving with this old warrior that's so hurt and like so detached from being almost non-human anymore. It's like a robotic person, and this person is full of passion and life. And between them, there's the alchemist card, the temperance card, those the fire and water, in this case fire and air, that are supposed to be mixed together. And you have a sword here, so, and the waving of the revolution. So this is like the peaceful manifestation what I witnessed in Sweden this Sunday. Like the people and the love were winning over this scared entity that wants this controlled world without any life in it. So life kind of won. This fragile entity won. They had no weapons, they had no shields, they had no army jackets, no military expression. Well, some of them had. Some of them was from military branches of the left wing as well. And I noticed, but it was also this, when there was someone from this side that was doing this peaceful revolution, were coming with a slung, like a stone slung, and slung it against those people here. They were actually taken down by this side. They were keeping track of their own. And they were trying, even though they didn't succeed, like true and true, they also got beat up, but they did it. It was very courageous. So what I see here, all this line, is courage. It's courage to stand up for what is the truth, like standing up for this flesh, being the hero, knowing what you want, and not subordinate yourself to an old ancient outdated evolutionary trait of human beings, like human brain, where you try to calculate things and try to have order, and you don't want to have anything like unorganized that will declutter your brain. So what the King of Swords needs to do is to start to feel the pain. Start to feel the pain. Stop defending yourself. Stop defending your mortal self. I'm not talking about stop defending your body. You should really, your body is your temple. It should be honored. It has come together in this shape and form for you to be able to live in it. It's a gift, so you need to honor it. But you know that you are not an immortal. You're a mortal being, so don't try to hold on. Don't try to control. Don't try to live on top. Go through this. It's like this with, if you can't be loved, you want to be respected. If you can't be respected, you want to be feared. So go back to the source. You want to be loved. Okay, how can you be loved? Start with loving yourself. Start with go inside yourself to this raging fire and be with it, a pulsating, raging fire inside of you, and be with it. Even though it's all pain out in there, feel it as a fire. It's the spiritual fire of you. If you give it attention, it will stop burning. It will start burning, and it will enlighten you. And you will go through this dark night of the soul, and you will be healed. And you won't have your karma anymore. And you will honor all the time when you try to save your family and you weren't able to. Or you tried to save your loved ones and they died anyway. You tried, so that's good enough. We are not here to survive forever. We are not immortals. So you are doing a good enough job, okay? So feel the pain. That's my best advice for people that has closed their heart like this. The pain is the way through to heal yourself. So I'm taking my vision cards in a different order. Right now I want to take the vibrational energy for the past, like what is this going on here with the Seven of Wands particularly. Okay, thank you. So the cage animal is leaving the cage. So you're using your strength and your it's like the truth being born here. You're standing up for your own truth. You're not staying in this cage made by authority that's crazy, also, to be honest. So you're not staying in this cage anymore because they have told to you that you should stay here. You are leaving the cage, and it's with these peace doves, you see. So you don't have to leave it, and fight with authority, because what I saw with this manifestation was that the police were it was like 10,000 police, but it didn't matter that it was this much. It was maybe 300 and like fascists, but and it was so many more of those people, like they were everywhere, like they are everywhere, and they were all going out with this truth of themselves. They were not staying in this cage pretending that they were trapped by this old authority, like you're supposed to follow the laws, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that, you're supposed to keep your mouth shut, you're not supposed to tell your truth, you're not supposed to stand up for what you believe in, you're supposed to obey. This is what all authority have teach us through the eons. If you can follow the eagle, you will follow this King of Swords upside down. You will see where it is right now. This was a way to always, whatever kind of new things that this revolutionary spirit came with, like Christianity, left-wing communism that wanted to share everything equal. It was, of course, it was maybe not possible to create this, but what happened? Well, probably Stalin killed off everyone that was true communist, and they instated the old Tsar regime again. Same police, same regime. Nothing was new underneath the sun. So you can see this cage has been following us humans as long as the civilization has been there, and now you're leaving this cage. And I'm talking about like on a big world scale, but I'm also talking about inside your love relationships. When you're not putting up with, you know, your partner being cold and detached and not loving and not connecting anymore, you are leaving this cage. Because you love this person, but you love the inside of them, not what they have become. You love them without them being a superhero and all. But your own love has become like a cage for you. You had to stay. But here you're letting yourself free. You can love this person, but you don't have to be with them. You can't be with a person that's like this. It's going to make you like exhausted or to the brink of wanting to like end your own life, because they are dragging you down. So they can come to you when they are ready to be like this, when they are ready to open their heart and show you their wounds and say, okay, I have been bleeding, I have been sad, and I want you to help me. When they are ready to talk about it and not just defend and say, no, it's nothing wrong with me. So then you can be there for them. But for now, you're leaving this cage. So it's going on in your love relations too. If you have a person like this, not wanting to cooperate, not wanting to connect, want it just their way or the highway, well, go the highway then. Just leave them. And this will, I have seen this is people leaving these kind of relationship in the thousands and millions. So it's not only, it's happening inside your families, it's happening on a world scale. So I can see Americans being very scared of their own government. You don't have to be scared, because you are more people than your government can ever like show up for. So what I saw with the police there this Sunday was that they caved. They were this Red Sea, but then they just say, okay, tag along, go along. They weren't able to hold those boundaries, and this King of Swords, they got really scared. And it was a big failure on their part, but it was a big win for them and for the human race, because love prevailed. Okay, so Oracle of Visions. Okay, for you, Sagittarius. Yes, you are this angel, and you have been stuck, but you have been stuck like free willingly. It was easy for you to take yourself free, you know. It's like people feel like, I don't have any power. Person like this needs to remember how it is to sleep in a room with one mosquito inside your bedroom. So you know that also small like this inner child here has power, like immense power. And I was reading like a children's comic when I was small, and it was a bear that was the main character, and it said that if you had one match, I will show you one match, you can easily break it like this. It's easy to break one match, but when you are many matches like this, it's harder to break. Okay. So it's about civil courage and about breaking yourself free, and not like being so afraid for your own, like your own this catastrophic feeling of I need to survive to any cost. You won't survive to any cost. You're here in this little dance of Leela. What you're doing here is so utterly important. It will give like a clang, like a sound through universe, what you are doing during your time here. So that's what's matter, not how long you're able to climb on to this, how much control you can have. So here is like you freeing yourself from an authority and recognizing your own true strength and your own divine being, like your own soul. And we can see the eagles here. We can take back this symbol. We can become the eagles instead of having like a crazy authority figures owning that symbol. Okay. And here we have the swan. So that's another part of this. Swans mate for life. So some of you will have been mating for life with a King of Swords, and that might be hard for you. But this is the first message that comes through here, that you have been mating for life. So this to heal this old warrior is part of your mission, and it seems like it's getting a little bit shady here, but it's still your like a soldier of love, a naked soldier of love. So again, with this fragility here, that seems to be your true strength when facing this. And you can see the bird symbols also on this. So he also acknowledged this, this he or she here with the white feathers. It's the same. So if you just can find common ground, again, it's like two big spirits that has been divided. I think that it has happened long ago, this this split, and it's now wants to get back together, but it's like a bit more far to go. It's a little bit more to go, and you need to do this revolution first. The cage bird, leaving the cage, leaving this abusive relationship, or a situation where you work with a boss that's crazy. Like, do you want to have world leaders like this? Then you don't want a boss like this either. Get another job, leave their asses. Sorry for my language, but there's someone revolutionary here with me in the room. It's the same with your family. Don't let the one that's the most grudgy, the most angry rule the family energy, okay? If they are going to be like this, leave them home when you're on your adventures. And they will maybe see that they are left out in the cold, and they want to reconnect because they want love too. Okay, so they will be better. They will try to do better. When you're always trying to carry them around like this and staying in the cage because you know their inner soul, you know that you love their inner soul, so you're protecting them, and always they are doing stupid things and you just catch them when they fall, they don't learn shit. Sorry again. And I can't censorize myself. When there's a certain energy in the room, I need to let it go freely, because in other case I need to always stop and find better words, and who am I to censor my messages? Okay, so the King of Swords needs to face the consequences of their own actions. So leave the cage. Don't stay in codependency with people that's acting a little bit crazy, being a little bit demonic, being a little bit over-controlled, over-angry, always seeing the dark side, always seeing like no positive outlook, not wanting to try, not wanting to go out their comfort zone. Okay, you go outside your comfort zone and you leave them behind, because they need to take consequences of their own action. If you take all the consequences because you have such a big heart and being the hero and all, they are not going to learn one thing. So the divine being a little strict with you there. Okay, so I hope this helped. I want you to take really good care, and if you want, we can meet again in the middle of October when I'm doing the beginning of November readings. Okay, bye bye.